6:45 this Tuesday morning. That's the time in your Sunrise Smart Start. What you need to know: breaking overnight, a boy 16 years old is in the hospital after he was shot in Rochester near Portland Avenue and Luck Street. Police tell us that happened just before midnight. The victim is expected to survive. There are no suspects in custody as of this minute. Also breaking, an SUV crashed into a convenience store at East Main Street. That happened around 2 this morning. RPD says this was an accident, not a smash and grab, any type of burglary. Still waiting to get some more details on any possible injuries and who was involved. We'll pass that along online throughout the morning at rochesterfirst.com. A new measure in the works to try to stop more thefts of Kias and Hyundais around Rochester. Congressman Joe Morelli is introducing new legislation, he says, to change the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's authority to issue vehicle recalls for matters related to public safety. As it stands today, cars and trucks can only be recalled if they don't meet federal safety standards or if they contain a defect that's related to the vehicle itself. Morelli says issuing a recall would require these companies to fix the security problem by repairing it, replacing it, and offering a refund, all within a timely manner. $7 million coming to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to help with public safety, and that money will bring around 40 new deputy positions added to the office. This will also support a new facility, the Regional Investigational Operations Center. It will serve as a place for law enforcement of all jurisdictions to work together on investigations if the crime spans across multiple communities. Rochester city leaders are working to expand access to food following word of this week's pending closure of a Portland Avenue Rite Aid. Mayor Malik Evans unveiled the Healthy Food Grant Program, an investment of $5 million designed to help get more nutritious food into local grocery stores, markets, and neighborhood restaurants. City officials say these efforts are for families in areas with a shortage of food options. And when it comes to that shutdown of the Rite Aid, which officially closes tomorrow, some members of City Council tell News 8 they knew this was coming for months. But Mayor Evans claims the city only found out about this last minute.
Residents relied on this store for prescriptions, basic necessities, and school supplies, and stores like this one serve as anchors in their community. So this is a disappointment to our community. It will have a devastating effect on the neighborhood that already has a scarce accessibility to food and poor health outcomes and also high unemployment.
A spokesperson for Rite Aid says the shutdown, again happening tomorrow, is due to several factors, including business conditions, lease and rent, and store performance. To the Albany area, the Schoharie limo crash trial is underway. There were opening statements that started yesterday. More than 4 years since the crash claimed 20 lives. The operator of the limo company involved in the crash, Nauman Hussein, is charged with 20 counts of manslaughter and 20 counts of criminally negligent homicide. His trial could take several weeks. If you're receiving free at-home COVID test kits but did not order any, experts are warning scammers might be behind this. A new report found scammers are working to find victims before the COVID health emergency ends Thursday. The FTC says scammers are sending out fake tests and billing their Medicare. According to the feds, scams could affect Medicare coverage for some. If you are receiving these unsolicited tests, you're asked to report this immediately to the Department of Health and Human Services. The FDA is considering approval of the very first over-the-counter birth control pill. The agency will meet next week to look at the drug Opill and discuss it. Currently, patients need a prescription to have that hormone-based pill. However, if sold OTC, this would be a historic first. A final decision from the FDA coming this summer. 10 minutes to go until 7 o'clock. How about your forecast for this Tuesday? Here's meteorologist James Gilbert.
Yeah, maybe getting outside this morning. A little bit of a chill in the air, but otherwise, you're looking at your watch, and we are all good throughout the day. No alerts to speak of outside of that slight chill, but we can take this. So once you get that heart rate going, it's really just a comfortable day for you overall. Numbers are running below average, so it's more like a sunny April day. But we'll take that as well. Next couple days, that's when we get into the 70s. We'll take a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. Brennan?
All right, thank you, James. As we look at sunrise traffic cameras in the map, right now everything's still good to go early on this Tuesday morning. You can see the live view there over the west side. We'll have another update of your morning drive at about 7:25 when I join you during CBS Mornings. The PGA Championship is inching closer and closer with each day. And with all the visitors over the next week and a half, people are going to be looking for things to do when they're not at the course watching golf. They have to, of course, stay and eat at places. Visit Rochester is taking advantage of this opportunity with the boost in tourism, putting up a list of fun-filled spots and activities. Signs are up at the airport and around at hotels around the county with QR codes with more guidance for people online. Several digital billboard ads are along 590 and 490 as well. Championship Director Brian Carnes spoke about why our area was chosen to host this major once again.
Certainly on behalf of the PGA of America, we've come here 3 other times. We consider this place home because of the community. I told our people the other day, and it was just making me think about, the airport, everything that's going on here, is that our people feel it from the time they get to the airport. It's amazing. We've had people the last 2 weeks that have started coming in, and it's the signs at the airport, it's the energy at the hotel. And I've told people, I said, you need to mind your manners because this is a big deal.
It is expected nearly $200 million will be generated from the major in our region, with nearly 250,000 visitors expected to come for the championship. For a major, it's not out of the ordinary for golfers to arrive at the site early. Phil Mickelson did that just yesterday with an early look playing the restored East Course at Oak Hill. He spent a good amount of time on the 13th. That green will be entirely different from the last 2 times he played there. Lefty was putting for about 15 minutes, preparing for the new and different hole locations, taking plenty of notes. From there to the 10th tee, he went for a couple of drives. Patrick Reed, former Masters winner, was also in town last week. Player appearances will only increase as we near the start of the championship week, with more practice rounds this weekend and Monday. The results are in for New York's Best Burger competition. We had mentioned the Aftermath Burger from Tappet Bar and Grill on Scottsville Road. It was in the Final 4. And in Syracuse, after a panel of judges tested each burger, they selected a winner. Rochester's did not make the cut. It was Ale and Angus Pub's Bacon Grilled Cheeseburger from Cuse that made first place. We'll find out how Tappet Bar and Grill ranked later on today. If you're looking for something to do tonight, the Rock Meat Sauce Fest is back at the public market. This year is the 7th year of Red Hot Fun there. Organizers continue to do this, raising money for hospitality and culinary scholarships. That event kicks off at 5. Of course, they'll have the food, drinks, live music, and the sauce tasting. Tickets $25 in advance, $30 at the door when you show up. You are asked to bring a lawn chair as well for a seat. A plane or a car ride to Florida from Rochester is a very long trip for a lot of people. But how about 2 local men making that trek on a bike for a good cause? Michael Slattery and Dr. Mark Ritter hit the road at 9 yesterday. The pair making the ride for 3 separate charities: Honor Flight Rochester, the Pirate Toy Fund, and the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That trip should take a little more than 3 weeks. A broadband internet expansion project is officially ready to break ground in Livingston County. This will give high-speed internet access to more than 1,000 properties. It's part of the USDA's Broadband Reconnect program, granting the county $11.3 million to build 300 miles of fiber optic cable to reach rural homes, schools, and businesses. This project, nicknamed Light Up Livingston, will take about 2 years to complete. Lawmakers are hoping it will bring in more people to settle in rural areas of the county. An effort here to keep our city streets green with plenty of shade. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer was there yesterday talking about this. He is pushing for Rochester to become one of the first cities in the U.S. to tap into the USDA's Urban and Community Forestry Program, part of the Federal Inflation Reduction Act. Schumer says the canopy level here in Rochester has been declining for decades. And with this, they hope to plant more than 6,000 trees by 2025. Some very sad news coming out of the Rochester Red Wings. Milo, the beloved bat dog, passed away yesterday. The golden retriever was 7 years old. He worked so well with the team, fetching bats since 2019. Milo announced over the weekend we found out he was sick, had been suffering from liver disease. As we look ahead to later this week, the weather should be just fine Friday for the kickoff of the Lilac Festival. And News 8 is partnering with the festival again this year, so expect free music, great local eats, and more. And just for you, we've put together the guide and FAQ of everything you need to know about this year's Lilac Festival. That is posted on the homepage of rochesterfirst.com.
Bus stop forecast. I've got for you here. Temperature starting off in the 40s, eventually finishing around 60, 61 degrees. 8-day forecast. Yes, next couple of days look great. I know the golf leagues are getting going this week and next week.
They are picking up. Enjoy it if you're heading out. Take care this Tuesday. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.